Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. And as we all know that a multimeter is an important tool in any project. It helps us to check unknown voltages, unknown current, unknown resistor and much more. So today we'll be making our own multimeter with Arduino. So guys, without wasting any more further time, let's do this. Hi guys, this video is sponsored by PCBgogo.com, the manufacturer of good quality professional PCBs. So in order to get your professional PCBs, please visit the link in description and get your professional PCBs from PCBgogo.com. So before we proceed any further, let me tell you few things about multimeter. So basically a multimeter is a device used in electrical or electronics, which can measure a list of things like voltage, current, resistance, capacitance, inductance, frequency, connectivity, transistor and more. And there are different types of multimeter out there as well, and they offer different features. So our focus for today will be to make a multimeter which can do a very basic stuff like measuring of voltage, current, resistor and capacitance. So first we will build circuit for each of these 4 meters separately, then we will put all 4 together. So very first let's measure voltage with Arduino, which means we will be making a voltmeter. So making a voltmeter is very easy. Arduino can sense voltages up to 5 volt from analog pin, but we need to extend that range. So I'll be using a voltage divider circuit with the help of 10K and 4.7K resistance. So according to the circuit, if we supply say test voltage of 15 volt, then the voltage divider will convert the voltage to 4.79 volt approximately. An analog pin of Arduino will read that voltage. And the voltage calculation will be done by Arduino on the basis of that analog values. So I uploaded the code. Now let's open the serial monitor. And as you can see, if I give it any input voltage, it will read it perfectly. And according to these resistance values, it can measure up to 15.6 volts. But to be on the safe side, please don't test voltages above 15 volt. And if you want to test voltages above 15 volt, you need to change the resistance of voltage divider. So you need to change those resistance and change the resistance values in the code as well. Then it will work. Now coming next, we will be making a ammeter, which means we will measure the current with Arduino. For measurement of current, we'll be using AC712 sensor to measure the current. And this sensor outputs voltage proportional to measured current, and for each ampere of current it outputs 185 millivolts. So let's connect the sensor to the Arduino. And I uploaded the code already. Now let's open the serial monitor to see how it works. And as you can see, our current output in serial monitor. And it looks like our ammeter works just fine. Now it's time to measure some resistance. So let's make a ohmmeter with Arduino. Now again we'll be using a voltage divider technique to measure the resistance. But instead of using one resistor with an unknown resistor, we'll be using 3 known resistors with one unknown resistor to make a voltage divider, so that it can create 3 different ranges. Because the problem with using one resistor is that if resistance of known resistor and unknown resistors are way too different in terms of values, the output will not be correct, will not be able to measure the resistance perfectly. As say our known resistor is 100 kilo ohm and test resistor is 1 ohm, then the output will not be correct. So we'll be using 1, 10 and 100 kilo ohm resistors to set the range. so that we can get the accurate resistance value of the unknown resistor. So set up the shown circuit and upload the code. And as I already uploaded the code, now let's open the serial monitor. So as you can see, our test resistor is of 1 kilo ohm. So as you can see, the output on the serial monitor is also the same. So which means our ohm meter works just fine. Now last but not the least, let's build the capacitance meter to measure the capacitance of an unknown capacitor. So we'll be using 10 kilo ohm and 220 ohm resistor with unknown capacitor with Arduino as shown. And we will be using capacitor charging time algorithm to make our capacitance meter. We will start charging the capacitor and register the starting time with millis. And we will charge it up to 63.2% of total capacitance. And record the time taken to charge up to 63.2%. And then using time constant formula, we can find the capacitance of capacitor as we already knew the resistance and charging time. And on our serial monitor, you can already see the capacitance value of our unknown capacitor. So we successfully made all four basic meters. Now it's time to put these all four together with the OLED display and two switches to switch between different modes. So connect everything according to the shown schematics and then download code from description and upload the code and then test it. And I am sure that everything will work just fine for you as it did for me. Now it's time to put this circuit in a good shape and make a PCB for it. Well, you can make a professional PCB for this and you can order those PCBs from the link provided in description, which is actually a better idea. But for now, I'll made it on a multi-purpose PCB. And as you can see, everything is done. Now let's test our DIY multimeter. And I attach these switches here to switch between different modes of measurement. So for the multimeter, as we can see, our voltmeter is able to read voltages perfectly. Now let's check current, and our ammeter part is also working fine. Now let's put the test resistor and we can see that it is showing resistance value perfectly. Now last but not the least, let's test capacitance. Let's find capacitance of this capacitor. So let me put a capacitor and we can see that our capacitance meter also works fine. So guys, that's all for today. I hope you like this video. If you do, hit like, give me a share and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in another video of mine. Till then, keep exploring.